Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Christy Don One, and I am back with another video. We're going to be talking about Lonzo Ball's second game against the Phoenix Suns. But before we begin, I'd like to tell you guys I have a new comedy channel called Messy Media U. Subscribe and enjoy. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. I'm going to start having the channel link in the description. I'm going to have a custom-made description, and that's where y'all can find me on my other outlets. But anywho, let's get into, I told you guys yesterday, you can't go off someone's very first game in the NBA. I told you guys, do not be fooled by his first game, and he played against the LA Clippers. Patrick Beverly had a target on him, but that's primarily the fact that his father has been writing a lot of checks that Lonzo Ball is going to have to unfortunately cash. Okay? So, I told you guys, do not be fooled by that game, because I knew that game is not going to illustrate the potential of Lonzo Ball. I told you guys in my video, the Lonzo Ball reminds me of Jason Kidd, except a little bit more athletic, a lot taller, okay, and can really, if he can polish on his slashing skills, which you can't expect a lot from a rookie, but some things I've seen in his first two games, I'm pretty sure he's working on it during the season and off the season. He's going to have to, you know, customize that jump shot. That jump shot looks kind of ugly, and it takes a little too long. He also needs to work on his slashing. He needs to be a little bit more athletic, and he needs to build some mass on his body. Okay, he's a very slender kid, and if he stays like that, he's going to be running into problems, particularly with a lot of point guards that are going to probably weigh more than him, even though he's going to be taller than them. And I can already see that teams, once he starts getting better and they start doubling Lonzo Ball, they're going to send a 2-guard over there or an athletic 3-guard to stay in front of Lonzo Ball. Okay, so those are things I'm pretty sure he's working on, and it takes time. But like I said, do not be fooled by the game that he had a couple of nights ago. He almost messed around and got a triple-double. All right, he was like 1 assist away from getting a triple-double, and I think this guy is going to be a triple-double machine. All right, I feel like the guy is going to average around 20 points, and he's going to have in his career, he's going to have some 40-point games. He's going to have some 50-point games, but his primary skill, his primary talent, isn't necessarily being a scorer. All right. He's a jack of all trades, master of none, sort of say. But I think he's really going to master the triple-double, all right? Where he's going to be accustomed of doing that on a consistent basis, particularly when you start bringing in better talent, all right? Now, what I saw from Phoenix, and he did this, by the way, with the rising star of the Phoenix Suns, that like everyone is clamoring for. I believe his name is Tucker. I'm not 100% sure. I keep forgetting the guy's name, but he's a sensation. And what I've witnessed from Lonzo Ball is this is what you're going to get from Lonzo Ball. That's why Lonzo Ball is going to keep you in a lot more games than D'Angelo Russell. All right. Even though he's been traded to the Nets, he's a decent player. Don't get me wrong, he's a decent player, but the problem with him is he's very immature, and he's not the floor leader Lonzo Ball is. Lonzo Ball is a better floor leader, has better vision, more athletic, and can score. I'm not saying D'Angelo Russell can't score, but you can't on a consistent day in, day out depend on his scoring ability. And his leadership is shaky, is skimmish. And you know, with him with the Nets, I feel like the Nets are going to reevaluate him and try to get him in a custom of doing things a lot better. But that's besides the point. I feel like the best choice, the best pick that the Lakers have picked in the last 5 years, in my opinion, is Lonzo Ball. All right. Not to mention, I just had his name on my Brandon Ingram. He's good too. But the problem with Brandon Ingram, and it's really not a problem, is it's going to take time to develop. He's a very special, rare talent. All right? The Lakers are not giving up on him. It's just going to take him a little bit longer. And I think he's going to be one of those rising stars that people are going to be mentioning his name. Okay? He kind of reminds me of Kevin Garnett. And we have to wait and see on his full potential. But the problem why he hasn't been shining a lot is the simple fact of the play style that they have. The play style that they have, unfortunately, is like Golden State. A bunch of shooting, which is nothing wrong with that. But with Brandon Ingram, you're taking away things. When you have that type of style, you're taking away his talent. He can stretch the floor. He can still do the jumpers, but he's more of an athletic player. All right? And that's the same with Lonzo Ball. Now, with both of those players there in your core with the LA Lakers, they're going to customize their offense. It's still going to be similar to Golden State. However, it's going to be catered to the athleticism of Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram. All right? Now, I told you, do not be fooled, because I have witnessed this with several other NBA stars. People, when they on their first game, people immediately start criticizing them, saying, well, this guy isn't what the media says he is. All right? Sometimes the media hype these players up, and sometimes the media miss on an athlete, because they put so much energy and time on one athlete, and that athlete didn't materialize as the best ever or whatever, or the hype train or whatever. But I feel like with Lonzo Ball, people were really criticizing him very harshly in the preseason. And if you're a real basketball fan, you should know going in that you can't really judge anything as far as teams, players, coach, styles, whatever, organization on the preseason. The preseason is really meant for, we have some ideals and we're going to implement them in the preseason, and if some of those ideals work, we're going to implement them in the season, and if they don't, we'll just scrap them and we'll just go back to what we was accustomed of doing. All right? So I kind of figured, and I kind of knew that he was his second game was going to be better than his first game. Now, with the preseason, you have fewer games, okay? And I think he was preseason MVP, whatever. He tied for it. I seem to forget. But the one thing about the NBA season is it's 82 games. It's more games in an NBA season than preseason plus college. Okay, so to really test whether or not Lonzo Ball truly belongs in the NBA, which he does, you have to wait until he hits the wall and how he rebounds from the wall. Now, what is the wall? The wall is where rookies hit when they start declining, because now they're playing more games than what they typically played in high school and in college, okay? Excuse me. The NBA is a different beast than college, the Drew League, high school, the European League, the Olympic games, the summer games, pick up, 3-on-3, whatever the case may be. The NBA season is a grind, okay? It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So, the true test of Lonzo Ball is when he hits the wall, how he's going to recover and rebound from that. All right, that's where you see the best of the best rise from the rest. Okay, so we're just gonna have to wait and see on that. And as always, rate, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell on my page. Subscribe to me, and then hit the notification bell so when my next live stream or video comes up, you'll be the first to know. All right, I'm gonna try to do these videos on at this time, but I've been noticing when I do some in the afternoon, it gets more traffic. So maybe I'm not sure if I should do these in the morning or in the afternoon. I just can't do them morning and afternoon. All right, it's your boy. I'm Christy Don 1, and I am out. Peace in the Middle East.